Welcome everybody to Building an HO Layout, episode 10. Today we're starting things a little bit different with some shots of the layout with my BNSF-9 and my one lonely well car. And don't worry, I will be getting more freight cars. Alright, for today's episode, we're going to be putting in some stop signs. The signs I'm using are going to be by JL Innovative Design, and I picked these up from eBay for about $10. I'm going to be putting one stop sign here, and the other one right here. Now time to cut a couple of the signs out of the bag. The stop signs are actually made out of metal. Definitely would recommend. To place them into the ground, I'll be using tacky glue. Using a nail, I poke a hole into the ground. And just like that, we have a perfect fit. I put a very light drop of glue on the bottom, and I also make sure it's standing straight. To cover up, I put some dirt around the base. Then I hit it with a drop of scenic glue through a pipette. The same exact process is done for the other sign, besides the dirt. The signs are in the ground, and it's pretty nice to see these kind of small little details be added to the layout. It does really make a big difference in the end. Next up, we're going to be adding more details to the parking lot. To start, I'm going to be using these cutouts to form little patches on the concrete. To do that, I'm going to be using Woodland Scenic's asphalt paint and a small piece of a foam brush. And here you can tell that I poured way too much paint. So when it comes to painting these patches, I try not to put that much paint onto the little piece of foam because it will cause some bleeding. And now to continue doing more spots around the parking lot. These tiny little details is what really makes a detailed layout. I then use a Sharpie to add oil spots where the cars park. Thank you to Manshed Railroad for the idea. Once I was happy with the spots, I used the same dry brush technique I used in last week's episode to add more scuffs and marks. For the next job, I'll be putting some grass in this entire area. It will come out similar to how I have it in the corner right here. I'll be using Woodland Scenic's Fine Turf Burnt Grass. This part doesn't really require much accuracy. I just shake it till it's all grassy. Sometime soon I will be picking up a static grass applicator, because with a static grass applicator you do get way more realistic grass. Here I make sure not to get too close to the road, and I finish up some spots. Using a spray ball would be a lot easier here after you apply the isopropyl alcohol, but I'm using a pipette because mine started to shoot like a water gun. It's now the following day, and it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can tell, but the grass has two different shades. And that's because I had to use a water glue mixture after I ran out of my scenic glue. But it turned out for the better. And the parking lot looks a whole lot better with all the little marks and the little patches that were fixed up. It really does make it look like a lot of cars have been through here. As for the stop signs, I'm really happy with how they came out, and I'm really satisfied with the quality of the stop signs. So for the final thing that I'm doing today, it's putting in a dirt road next to the train yard. you can still kind of see the previous one that did not work at all. I did put some smoother over the road just to make it a little bit easier. Now I'm just painting the smoother with a light color. I'm using my dirt and grout mix, except in this case I put a little bit more grout to get a more lighter colored dirt. Then, as usual, I spread it all out with a small brush. Here it is before the alcohol and the glue. This was actually done before all the other things that I did in the video, but here it is. It actually came out very well, and I like the light colored dirt. I just need to add a little bit more dirt here and fix up some other spots. Well, that's going to be a wrap on episode 10 of building a 4x8 train layout. I do hope you guys are enjoying the series. I do have a lot planned for the future, including dioramas and a new layout, which is going to be within the next month or so. I'm not 100% sure on when I'm going to start that, but I do know that it's going to be pretty soon. And on that note, I will catch you guys in the next one.